Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fahrul Riza. You can call me Riza. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. I was a lecturer in one of a private university in Surabaya. Uh, Thank you for this opportunity. I can share with all of you what I know about how to use AI to writing the section of introduction smartly. Thank you for Dr. Zia and Dr. Chef Safi who have invited me this short webinar. I hope this webinar will be give a benefit to all of you so we can sharing each other in the future. Okay, uh, I choose the topic is writing smarter introduction using notebook LM. Okay, this is our agenda. The first one is opening, and the second one I will show you what is the part of introduction section in quantitative paper, especially for quantitative, because my expert in quantitative research. And then we move to know about what is notebook LM. And then in the fourth section, I will give you short demonstration to use the notebook LM, and maybe if we have a quiet of time, we can discuss for a while. Okay, this is my short curriculum vitae. I'm usually give a teaching for strategic corporation, research method, and supervising thesis. I also coordinating and supervising lecturers' teaching method and delivery the curriculum based on the outcome-based education. All my teaching is doing online because I was teach in the online course for the magister management student. Okay, in term of uh, writing an introduction section, which is the most difficult part. With all of you people, maybe can give me some answer, which is the most difficult part in terms of writing an introduction section. Maybe you can give me a short answer, please, everyone.
Okay,
Okay.
Dr. Actually, we have switched off the mic of the participants in order to avoid
Oh,
any
okay, okay.
noise.
Oh, okay, okay. I know. I know. So I let it speaking. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. When I was writing introduction, I want to tell everything what I know. So it make my introduction become a long writing. So my thesis supervisor and dissertation supervisor told me, you don't have to write everything in your introduction. Your introduction should be right in maximum two paragraphs if you want to write an article for publication. So you must keep it short, but you must find your state of the art. So in terms of writing an introduction section, finding our state of the art is the most difficult part in writing introduction. We cannot just resume, copy paste uh, what we read, and then we don't do a synthesis for why we do this research? Why it is important? What is the difference? The difference of our topic compared to the all of the previous topic. Is this topic is valuable to research? Nah, that is the state of the art. We must find it by reading a lot of paper. Okay. Uh, we move to the next next slide, and this is the introduction part of introduction that usually write in the academic paper. We can see it is only one page for the introduction. The first part is the setting the stage. Okay, background, material, and overall motivation. And then next part is introduction, the research problem. Okay, at this part, we must find the present, the present advance and the specific research gap. So in this second paragraph, we have know is what is the latest uh, advance, latest finding from the previous research, recent advance and the specific research gap. And then the third section is preview of our paper. We have to state our study aims and share key outcomes. So this is what I say is the state of the art. Within this, with this three paragraph, we must have to have which where is the position is our research. Okay. Now, because of we know in this information age disruption era, we know that in a day there will be 100 title of new paper published, and we must know and we must update all the latest issue. How can we know it quickly? So in this age of digital, yeah, in the age of artificial intelligence era, we must use AI to know what is the new trend in our topic. We will have consumed too much time if we read the paper manually. Of course, it will consume a lot of our paper. So I break down the component of the introduction into the five section, which the paper, the key component, the first one is the hook. Yes. What is the hook? Yeah. And engaging opening sentence that highlight the research problem. We must make this part interest people to know what is our topic really, and we must engage the attention of the reader. And then the second one is background context, which is a necessary information to understand the topic, including a brief review of key literature. So a brief review of key literature. This is also will consuming our time if we have to resume all the material one by one. Yeah. And then we move to the research gap. We must to identify what is missing, contradicting, or unknown in existing research, justifying the study. In this section, we must combine our brain, our brain and AI. We cannot use AI 100% for this research yet. And then the fourth section is aim and objective, a clear statement of the research question, the study purpose, and the intended contribution. And then the last part is the significance of our study, explain why the research is important and its impact on our field. Okay, I now move to the introduction to Notebook LM. Notebook LM is an artificial intelligence. We can find it in your Google account. Google account. Yes, Google account. If you have a Google account, you can see the Notebook LM is installed in your drive in your Google account. Okay, what is the difference of Notebook LM comparing to the other AI? Look like ChatGPT or others. Okay, the Notebook LM, it use the source grounded school. So it work with our resource that we provide. What the raw material we can provide to the Notebook LM? Everything from the video, PDF, or diagram, graphic, and so on. Website. So we collect the resource and then we give an instruction with prompting, and then the Notebook LM will give us the information what we need with structure inside, and then human reasoning. Yeah, maybe we want to know about the research purpose of one article. Maybe we want to know what is the synthesis of the 5 article that we upload. Okay, so the Notebook LM is the processing engine that work with the source that we provide to it. Okay. Yes, you know that there is so many artificial intelligence in our environment now. We have a generic chatbot, yeah, the open web. We can have information from generic chatbot with a trillion of unverified tokens. It's very good for creativity, but I'm not recommending for academic paper because the hallucination risk is very high. But if you want to writing a letter or you want to writing a non-fiction story, it's very good. We use a generic chatbot. Okay, or we want to build our creativity. It's very good. We have a generic chatbot. And then in the right side is Notebook LM. It uses a closed RAG ecosystem. So we provide the data source. We give a specific input. And what about the hallucination risk? The hallucination risk near zero because the output will provide us the information include with the citation, which paper he get the information. Okay, the function is verifiable, to verify the paperwork, and targeted synthesis. Okay, so we must treat AI as a bounded reasoning engine. Okay, not an omniscient oracle. Our brain is the driver of our research. Okay. Our intelligence will decide which the content is okay, which content is not okay. Okay, next we move to the engine specs and capability of Notebook LM. So it's the model is powered by Gemini 3 Pro. Okay, and then we can upload up to 50 source for notebook, for one notebook. And then he will analyze about 500,000 word per source. And then he will give us the output of about 25 million word synthesis. Okay. And then we can also do a deep research agent, yeah, which is autonomous web browsing that synthesizes hundreds of external sites into a single sources ground report. Okay, so we can make a various topic with our notebook LM. Okay, next I will demonstrate to you how to use notebook LM. Okay, the first step is we must establish the topic, of course. Yeah, you know, because of all of you is in health institution, I choose the topic that may be near to your concentration. I interest with the self medication practice among people. People used to buy the medicine and then treat their symptom without consulting with the doctor. They do a self medication frequently, and then also the behavior of online health information seeking. People used to explore to social media, YouTube, Instagram, or Googling about his symptom, about his health. He actively seek the information about the health, and then he do self medication. And with the growing technology, we can now doing a consultation, consultation via telemedicine application. We can see the doctor by online platform, and doctor will diagnose our symptom. He give us the prescription, and then we can buy the prescription medicine at the medicine store. Okay, I'm interested. What is self medication? Yeah, does online health information seeking cause self medication is become usual thing? Meanwhile, as we know that self medication has negative risks also. Okay, and I also interest, does telemedicine apps can reduce self-medication practice. That I want to know about the research topic. So my topic is I hypothesize that online health information seeking will make people tend to do a self medication. And how about the existing of telemedicine apps? Does the telemedicine apps will uh, strengthen the self medication behavior, or will uh, uh, will limit the self medication practice? So I use paper. I use the paper. I find the paper from Sci-Hub, from Pub Medicine, and from Google Scholar. I have collect my paper here in my uh, folder. I collect about 11 paper. That the topic is about self medication. Okay. I also collect the topic about online health information seeking behavior. Okay. I collect this from regular website, yeah, like Google Scholar, and I have a definition about each of the definition. I use notebook LM. Okay, here I show you where is the notebook LM. So we go to our drive google.com and we click over here, and we will find this uh, icon, notebook LM. So we click this. Ah, okay. One box, yeah, one box for one topic. So we can make very various topic with one notebook. Okay. If we want to create a new one, we can click this, create a new notebook. Okay. And then we add the source. We upload a file, and we can upload all the paper. So now he will upload our resource. And what is the grade of the notebook is we can create an audio overview from our material. We can create a PowerPoint presentation. We can create also a video overview with sound. We can create a mind map also, or we can generate a report, or we can generate a flashcard. So we can learn by ourselves, question and answer. Yeah. So we can make a quiz also, and infographic, and also data table. So we have upload the all this the source to the left side, and then we can create a special prompt. Okay, I demonstrate you how about if we want to know about one paper only, what is the topic he research about. So we can click one paper. So we can see, I want to know in mind map version for one paper. Okay, the output we can learn the paper more quickly because we have a mind map to explore what the paper is studying about. So the main topic is self-medication error in community practice, and we can explore what is the error classification, which is customer related or professional related. We can explore again related was with customer related. What is the actually empirical uh, case, near miss, 80% actual error, incorrect indication, harmful interaction, and medication duplication. If we want to explore about this issue, we can click the case, and then the text will running and will give we the information what we need. So the notebook has resume what we need to know, yeah, in uh, the center of the page. So that is if we want to know about one paper. However, we can also execute for all the paper. Okay, we can execute for all the paper. I have create a prompt. Okay, okay, brainstorming question. Okay, we copy the we copy the prompt, and we paste over here. Okay, we see, yeah, we see that 11 source was used to analyze. Okay, still working. Okay, yeah, we have the result. So the notebook have resumed what we prompt here. Okay, the definition of self-medication, the definition of online health information seeking, and the information about telemedicine apps. Okay. Okay. If we want to know quickly about the concept, the variable, the the method, we can directly type what is what we want to need to know, and then the notebook LM will give us the answer. Okay, okay. We try another prompt. Based on the upload literature, explain to me, does online health information seeking drive patient to self-medication practice? This is our curiosity. We want to know about that. Okay. So I tell to all of you, this is not replace our thinking, but we must know that it's work based on our request. Okay, so yes, we know that the upload literature indicates that online health information seeking is significant driver and predictor of self-medication practice. So this is the proof of the statement. Okay, the proof of the statement. Okay, what is the antecedent or what cause people do the self-medication? There is a literacy and confidence paradox. So, smarter people, yes, smarter people tend to use self-medication practice. It's because of internet competence. Yes, higher internet competence was identified as the strongest predictor of self-medication in some population. Maybe in the previous time before we know the internet, we do the self medication based on the advice of our friend, our parents, or our yeah. So people use internet source to explore about self medication. Okay, so from this prompt, yes, this prompt, we can find three variables that make self medication become a usual thing because of internet competence, perceive, uh, observe health information literacy, because of misinformation risk. Okay, so from this information, we can choose, we can select what is the uh, main information that we can writing in our introduction. It's become easier to us comparing to if we have read the 11 paper one by one. Okay. Okay, we move to the next demonstration. We have do a brainstorming question. Okay, so this is we move now to the mind problem. This is mind research question. Does online health platform can reduce self medication practice? Okay, I share you in Indonesia, there is a Halodoc. Yeah. Halodoc is an online telemedicine platform that people use to consultation about their health. They can see the doctor by online. We using Zoom or Microsoft Team. The doctor will diagnose our illness and then he will give a diagnosis and give us the prescription medicine. So we back to the our research. Thus, we can thus online health platform can reduce self medication practice. We still in the brainstorming step. Okay, everyone. Okay, still working? Okay, now we have the answer. Okay, based on the provided literature, online health platform can have potential to reduce self-medication practice. Okay, this is the detail. Yeah, what is the potential reduction? Switching from online health information seeking to online medication consulting. Switching behavior. Okay, what is the reason for switching? This is the reason. People tend to use professional guidance compared to unsupervised use and else. Okay. That then the current reality is online health seeking information system is a driver of self medication. Okay. Okay. We have now have a lot information about the paper quickly compared to if we read them one by one. And of course, this is not fake or hallucination information because we attach the information, all the information. So the notebook LM only use the information that we are uploaded. Okay, next section is okay. We have the right now. Okay, so now we want to create uh if we want to analyze one paper only, we can use this prompt. Okay, use only single paper. Yeah, we select the source, extract the structure summary, yeah, and then uh, we detail the instruction. Yeah, so we can uh, use this prompt to explore one paper only, single paper only. Okay, if we want to make a summary, you have 20 paper, you can use this prompt, and then we compile to the Excel, and we have a summary of 20 paper. Okay, we practice the prompt. Okay, okay, we copy and paste, and then we can use okay, there is a question from Sumaira. Okay, we create a report. Okay, create our own. Okay, so I choose the paper first. I want to use this paper only. Okay, and then I make a report. I create my own. Okay, generate. If we use the left, we use a studio, the output will show over the left side. This is the center for the brainstorming, and the right side to create a report based our request. Okay, reload. Okay, quite longer for the output. Okay, yeah, we have reset synthesis. Okay, this is the output we have. We take a look. Okay, we have the summary. Okay, we have the key finding. We have the data details, and then we have method to compare the result. Okay, and so we have a proposed method. Yeah, proposed method and its result. And we have also know the limitation of the research. Okay, so if we want to know the detail of the each paper, yeah, click check one of paper that you want to know and uh, make a prompt about the what we want to know. Okay, we now move to the main session about how to create introduction paper. Okay, introduction paper. Okay, we use this prompt. Create a structure knowledge map from an uploaded source. Show the central topic, supporting subtopic. Okay. Ah, we can use data table. Okay. Okay. We generate by table.